Hey, look at you. Looking all professional and cuteness going. Good for you.
Nice beard.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I was just telling Melissa right now it's because I'm being lazy and gross.
Hi, I'm Assistant Undersecretary of the Department of Homeland Security. I'd like to extend a warm hello and welcome you to your Loner Program Reprogramming Program.
Hey, what's up? My name is Eric Tremone. I am the director and filmmaker behind the film Loners that was released on Amazon Prime last year.
Introvert. A word that is not really all that dissimilar from the word pervert.
Here we are today using technology to bridge the gap between loners. Everyone is self-isolating right now due to COVID-19. So we wanted to try to add some levity to the situation and give you a little bit of background and insight on the characters who were involved to help create the film Loners. Welcome, Brenda. How you doing?
Hello.
So I'm lucky enough to be in the presence of Franny from Loners today. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're alone but together. We're under a state of self-imposed isolation / quarantine with this COVID-19 stuff. And we happen to have made a film called Loners. So
Yep.
why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your background and how you came to be involved with the project.
Hello, my name is Brenda Davidson. I am originally from Chicago. I've been out in LA for 15 years. I grew up a singer, so I was doing musicals. I went to school at Illinois State. It's a wonderful art school. I came out and just dove right into theater when I came out here. One of my friends from college asked if I wanted to stage manage an incredible show at Rogue Machine Theater. And so I started meeting all the Rogue Machine people, which led me to meet all the Pacific Resident Theater people. So I got to meet Keith and Neil and Brian and, Melissa and Tyson along the road. So I was doing theater at Rogue Machine for 10 years. I was producing and acting and stage managing and just whatever led me to whatever show. I like to mix it up a little bit. When I knew that Neil was doing a play, I had to audition for it. He's just one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life and one of the greatest writers I've ever met. I was completely thrilled to be cast in the play. So we've all become really close friends, and then that led to the movie.
So how long did you guys work on the play prior to the movie taking shape?
We were in rehearsal for a couple months, and we were doing the show late at night. The play was so much fun. We really bonded together. Neil is so clever with his writing because typically most plays have two-person scene, two-person scene, two-person scene, and Neil had all of us talking to each other all the time. When it's an ensemble piece, I would rather watch all these people interacting with each other. We just really knew how to listen to each other, which is the whole point of life and the whole point of the arts, and really good storytelling is listening and reacting to each other, and we had such a blast.
You've already given some of the most insightful answers, and I'm not just saying that. Like, it's coming from your heart. I figured that you would be able to offer some very interesting perspectives on what happened and very honest and candid responses surrounding the stuff that happened on set, because there was ups and downs, right?
We obviously had a crunched shooting schedule. What did we shoot in 14 days?
It was 12 and a half.
We had to all drive down, which would take most of us an hour and a half to get down there. With the crew and with you and, all of the cast, everyone in the room, no air conditioning and full-on outfits for an all-day shoot, got very hot. Being
in the Lone and On room for, God, I don't even remember how many days we were in there, but it was a number of days. And I remember some of the crew members expressing concern over being trapped in a room like that for a long period of time.
We were doing the scene where we all fall on the floor and somebody kicked me in the face accidentally and they snapped.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you actually got hit.
We were on such a time crunch. We had to get them glued and set and keep shooting. And you were like, how do we only have one pair of glasses? You have 3, you have 2, you have 2, you have 1, you have 1, you have
none. Well, I'm glad that stuck in your mind. Nothing but love, of course.
We really bonded with the crew too. They were kids, aside from you and our DP and first AD, they were kids. They were so talented. Yeah. And I'm Facebook friends with all of them still, all these years later. I watch them all and everything they do and tell them, I'm proud of them. Their careers are starting to take off.
Oh yeah, they were always super talented, and they did some really great things in making the film happen. You know, like without them, there's no way that Loners would be Loners. They deserve a ton of credit for that, and I give it to them all the time. How are you being affected by all of the things that are currently happening in our social space right now with COVID-19 and the ramifications attached to the spread of this virus?
I was feeling like really positive and joyful the whole last week, but today I think it's a lot. I was reading this quote from this rabbi the other day about how we have the illusion of control our whole lives, and that we never really have control. So I'm trying to just be present and in the moment. I've got an older brother who's been an ICU nurse for 30 years. So he's right on the front lines right now. My mom is living with my brother, and she's older. So I worry about her being in the house when he comes home, even though he's relentlessly clean. And I've got a boyfriend. He works in IT, so he's been flooded with stuff the last week, trying to basically take every single workforce and laptop them at home and tether them at home. We've been going on walks a lot the last week, all of the artists all over the world that are helping lift people's spirits. Concerts from their home. I mean, Andrew Lloyd Webber's playing Phantom of the Opera in his living room.
Yeah.
Chris Martin's playing songs. I watched a live feed with the Indigo Girls.
John Legend did some stuff.
Some people are very social. It's going to be very difficult for them.
Yep.
Some people are home with their children. That's very hard. Teachers are having to do so much work, above and beyond what they've already done. I think it's important that we're really supportive of the medical community and the teachers right now. This is something I've always told people, no matter what they're going through. You're not alone. When you lay down to go to sleep at night, you have to just let it out into the ether that there is someone else who has been through what you've been through, or who's thinking about you. Go on walks and wave at your neighbors, and you gotta just love people. I'm really hoping this is gonna teach people how to love a little better.
Beautifully stated, Brenda. Thank you so much for coming on and telling us that. Anything that you'd like to share that's happened since Loners debuted that's been, a huge moment in your life, anything upcoming, projects you're working on, anything you want to share with fans that might want to hear more about Franny and Brenda?
Well, it was really cool for me to bring my boyfriend to the premiere because he had never seen anything I've done. And he was like, "You can act." I was like, "Thanks." To try. It's been a while. Sometimes you come to LA and you're down to final 2 for 100 things and you don't get it. And that's happened a lot to me in my life. So I have a national commercial out right now. It's GoodRx. So if you don't have that app, download it because it will save and help you with prescriptions right now. And I'm having a lot of really huge voiceover auditions, which is something I should have done a long time ago because everybody always makes fun of my voice my whole life, but now I'm actually using it to my advantage. So I've had a lot of really gigantic voiceover auditions, and it's really cool.
Thank you so much for your time, Brenda. I appreciate you taking a few moments to talk to the fans and stuff, Loners. You know what? One more thing I'm going to ask. If there were a sequel, would you do it?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Yeah. Anything to hang out with those guys, and this topic is just never ending. Yeah, for sure. Because Neil and Keith, man, they hit a home run with whatever they do. And so does Brian.
Yeah.
Brian's an incredible writer.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep watch on their stuff because they sell out houses of their plays, and they're just really talented guys. And to work with you and Tyson again, and Melissa is the sweetest on the earth. So
we'll try to make it happen. We'll see if we can't keep culling fans and then get something new off the ground. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to join and meet some of the Loners cast members. I really appreciate you coming on this journey with me. I know this can be some trying times that we're under, but just remember that you're not alone and we're all in this together.
Alone. Together.
If you haven't had a chance yet, please head over to Amazon Prime and give it a watch. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks for all your support.